Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a NICU survival guide. As a lot of you probably already know, my daughter Harlow was born almost 3 months premature, and we spent 78 long days in the NICU. So I kind of just wanted to make this video just to give my advice and to give some experience tips and things like that to parents whose children or grandparents whose grandchildren, or whoever, if you know someone in the NICU. I just want to give you guys some real and honest advice for getting through those really rough days and getting through, God, I'm gonna start crying. Oh my gosh. Everything will be okay, and just to keep your head up and that you won't be there forever. Well, hopefully not. And I just hope that this can help someone out there. That's pretty much why I wanted to do this video, and I hope that this can give you some encouragement to look at the positive, and in just a few months or so you will be at home with your little one instead of in a hospital bed, or an incubator. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video, and I hope that this can help someone out. And I just wanted to let you guys know, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, obviously. I'm just a parent of a preemie, so take what you will with this advice, and take it, tailor it to your situation. Every situation is different, every preemie is different. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and please don't forget to comment. And please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the tips that I give, and I hope that at least one piece of advice could help you out or give you a more positive outlook on your neonatal intensive care unit stay. So if you would like to know my top 10 tips on surviving the NICU, then please just keep on watching. Okay, I just gave Harlow some teething biscuits right now so that she would let me film this video. So if you guys hear some crunching in the background, that's what that is. My first piece of advice in surviving the NICU is utilize your resources. So in Harlow's hospital that we had her NICU stay in, they had a program where if you were breastfeeding, they would give you credits for free food. So basically would sign your name on a piece of paper, and that would say that you are breastfeeding in the NICU, and then they would give you up to $10 for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I totally took advantage of that program. I thought that was really helpful because you need nutrients to provide for your little one, and it's hard enough to think about making food at home or having to go somewhere else to get the food. So I would just go to the cafeteria, and if you wanted to add on like a drink or whatever else, a snack, then you would have to pay the difference. But I thought that was a really good program to have. So definitely utilize your resources. I know that some hospitals may not have programs like that, but definitely look into it, or look into WIC or any other type of service to take the burden off of having to think about just one more thing. Our hospital that we had our stay in, there was a counselor that was provided to the parents. If mothers were going through postpartum depression, you could talk about it with a counselor, and I thought that was a really nice touch to our NICU stay, because there were days where I don't want to start crying. Oh my gosh. God, I didn't think that this video would be so emotional to film, but I guess it is. There were days where I felt the need to just vent and talk to somebody, because when you're there for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 hours, it's like you need somebody to just vent and talk to. And if your partner is working or you don't have anyone else there with you, it can get, you know, in your head. So you definitely want to take advantage of talking to somebody, a therapist or whatever. And even if your hospital doesn't provide that for you, I'm sure that there are certain programs through your insurance or wherever that are low cost that you can definitely take advantage of. So I would definitely do that. Also, my hospital Harlow's hospital had a lactation consultant, and she helped me so much. I forget her name, but I know her face so well, and she had me pump 4 hours after I gave birth to Harlow, and on a continuous 2-hour cycle from there on out. And any type of question, she was right there. She helped me for weeks and weeks and weeks. So I would definitely utilize your resources. If your hospital has a lactation consultant, definitely please meet with them if breastfeeding is something that you do want to do with your baby. It's totally a personal choice. So yeah, if you want to do that, I would definitely take advantage of it because it's a great resource to take advantage of. Okay, so my second piece of advice for surviving the NICU is to educate yourself on everything. If you have one single question, ask it. Ask the doctors, ask the nurses, ask the lactation consultant, anybody, just ask. Like, educate yourself on everything. If a doctor says a word that you don't know, ask him what that means. If you feel stupid, oh well, like, just ask it anyways. This is, you know, your time that you've never been here before in the NICU, or maybe you have, I don't know, but you need to know what is going on, and you're only going to know if you ask a ton of questions. So, for example, I remember one of the nurses once said the word emesis, and I didn't know what that meant, so I just straight up asked her. I felt stupid because, you know, they use these terms, an everyday word for them, but for me, it's like I had never heard that word before, so I asked her, okay, so emesis, what does that mean? It means throw up. So, okay, you learn something new every day. Just don't, you know, try not to feel stupid if you have a question. Just ask it, and make sure that you're asking everything. So I would definitely educate yourself on your NICU stay, figure out what it is, the medication that they're taking, why they need to take it, how many times a day do they need to take it. Just ask tons and tons of questions. That's so important for your NICU stay. So my third piece of advice for surviving your NICU stay is don't be afraid to speak up. If there's something going on that you are not okay with, this is your child's stay, and you want it to be as comfortable as possible for them. So, for example, there was this one time where I had a nurse that I wasn't so comfortable with Harlow having. She actually almost dropped Harlow. She was passing her to me, and then Harlow almost dropped. So I felt really awkward and scared leaving my baby with somebody who couldn't even hold a child. And judge that situation if you will, but I did not feel comfortable with her being Harlow's nurse at the time. So come here, baby. I immediately spoke to the charge nurse, and he actually took over for that shift. So don't be afraid to speak up. If you are not okay with something, even if it's something as little as them pushing your child's feed up, if you're not okay with that, then say something. They won't know unless you say something, and don't be afraid to speak up. This is your baby. Like, this is their life. You are there advocating for your child because they cannot advocate for themselves. So definitely speak up when something needs to be said. So my fourth piece of advice for surviving your NICU stay is to take tons of pictures and videos. I know it's not the most ideal circumstances, but this is your baby. You will never get this experience back again. So just take tons of pictures, just like as if you were at home. That's all I can really say. You are going to look back on this one day and realize, like, God, I don't know why I'm crying. This is such an emotional video. Oh my God, I didn't realize. But yeah, anyways, you are gonna look back on this experience that you had one day and realize that this experience made you so much stronger as a person, and you got through it as well as your baby. Like, your baby's the strong one. I mean, they will guide you. You kind of just follow their lead, and they are the strong ones in this situation, not you. So yeah, take a lot of pictures and videos. Okay, so my 5th piece of advice for surviving your NICU stay is to read to your baby. Yes, your baby is in an incubator or a crib or whatever, and you think that they're just sleeping, but they're actually still absorbing a lot of things. Their brain is still functioning. They are still alive. They're learning. They're like, babies are like sponges. So I would, just like they say, you should read to your baby while they are in the womb still. Harlow's NICU had a program where they gave you free books, so I definitely took advantage of that, and I would go to the bookstore and get her books, and I would read them to her. I would open up the little incubator doors and read to her, and I know that, you know, just the sound of your voice even can totally help calm your baby and make them feel more comfortable. So, and it can help improve their language skills for later on. Okay, so my 6th piece of advice for surviving your NICU stay is to bring the nurses treats. So if there is a certain holiday coming around the corner, even if there's not a holiday going on, your nurses are spending more than half of their day taking care of your baby. And if you aren't as fortunate as I was to have been able to stay in the NICU all day, every day, all night, then you definitely want to treat your nurses very well and bring them treats. And it's just a token of appreciation, if you will, and your nurses will totally appreciate you taking the time out of your day to appreciate their work. I remember the nurses at Harlow's hospital the first shift started at 7 a.m. and they wouldn't leave until 7 p.m. Huh. Yeah. And then the night shift, they got there at 7 p.m., wouldn't leave until 7 a.m. So imagine you don't see sunlight if you're the day shift, and if you're the night shift, you're probably sleeping all day. So totally just give it up to your nurses. Like, they are rock stars for choosing that path in life to want to care for children, and they're taking energy and time to really care and look after your baby. So I would definitely show them some appreciation. What are you doing? Look at your hair. It's so silly. Look at your hair. What are you doing? Are you being silly? I got your belly. I got your belly. My gosh. Trying to film this video and entertain Harlow at the same time has been such a workout. But I love you. I love you, girl. Wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, so my 7th piece of advice for surviving the NICU is to just try and focus on the positive. I know it's really hard, and I know that this is a very emotional time right now. You're probably really stressed out, but just try to have a glimmer of hope each day. Write an appreciation notebook. If you have a piece of paper and a pen, just at the end of the day, just write down something positive that happened that day. And if you can't think of anything, just write anything positive, like, my baby slept today. That's good. Or I don't know, I drank some water today. Like, anything that's positive, just write it down, appreciate it. Focus on the good. Just totally try and focus on the positive. I know that it's so hard right now, but just try and take your mind to somewhere that makes you happy. What I sort of used to focus on and that made me happy, besides visiting Harlow every day, of course, was I would shop for preemie clothes for her. So I would go to Walmart or Carter's, and they have really cute preemie clothes, which, speaking of that, I still have a whole bag full of preemie clothes, so if anyone needs some, just let me know and I will send them to you or whatever. So anyway, I'm like rambling, going off topic here, but yeah, just try to focus on that. I would just focus on like, oh, I can't wait to dress Harlow, and you know, once I finally can dress her, this is what I'm going to put her in. And then once you hit that milestone of being able to dress your preemie, that it's just such a good, cute feeling, and they finally feel like your own once you are able to dress them the way that you want and make them, you know, look cute and all of that. Not that they don't look cute already, but it's just more of a personal experience and a personal bonding experience with your baby. Another tip for focusing on the positive is, in my NICU, they made these milestone bracelet, or these milestone necklaces. So they were beaded necklaces, and anytime Harlow hit a milestone, they would give you a bead. So that was one way that I could focus on the positive, was to focus on that and look at the necklace and see how far she had come. By the end of her NICU stay, she had so many beads on it. Come here. And if your NICU doesn't do that, you can always make your own, you know, make your own milestone bracelet. I remember they gave me beads for when she got off the CPAP, or when she got off the nasal cannula, she got a bead for that. So different things like that that can help you focus on the positive are definitely worthwhile and worth doing. So my 8th tip for surviving the NICU is just to remember that there will be setbacks, but every setback is a chance for a comeback. So there will be days where something happens and something goes wrong, and you feel like every time you take a step forward, you might be taking 3 steps back. But try, and this kind of goes along with tip number 7, try and just stay positive. I know it's really hard, but there will be setbacks, and I'm sure that your NICU has already told you that, the nurses or the doctors, but it's bound to happen, unless you have a rock star baby and nothing goes wrong, or your stay is very short. There will be setbacks for sure, but just try not to dwell in that. Try to dwell in the positive, and just remember that things will get better for you. My 9th tip for surviving the NICU is definitely to pray. So whether you're religious or whoever you pray to, God, Buddha, whoever, the stars, the universe, just get centered with yourself and your God and pray. Like, prayer was the number one thing for me. I'm not going to push my religion on anyone because I'm not a salesy person. I'm not like that. I'm a Christian, and God helped me through my NICU stay every single day that I was there. I prayed to God every day that Harlow would be healthy and happy, and that she would come home safe to me, and she did. So I owe everything to God. So I would definitely pray. One prayer can change everything, and yeah. And I honestly believe that. So okay, my last piece of advice, tip number 10, is to know that the last week or the last few weeks of your little one about to be coming home is the longest and hardest. So keep that in mind when you have all of your things on your list that you have checked off that you need to get done. I know that they had me take like a CPR class, they had me take a baby basics class, they had me do the infant car seat test, all of that. So once that's all checked off and you guys are close to be getting home, don't get discouraged if they push the date that your baby was supposed to be coming home back. Just trust the doctors and know that this is their livelihood. Like, this is what they are put on this earth to do, is to care for your child, and they're only looking out for the best interest of your child. So even though you think that they're idiots at the moment and you want your baby to come home like I did, just know that they're doing the best that they can, and they are evaluating your child, and they know what they're doing, I'm hoping. So yeah, Harlow had a very good NICU experience, and that is because she was at like a 5-star NICU. I believe that's how they rank it. It's either a 4 or 5-star. She was at a top-rated NICU. So yeah, definitely trust your doctors, and yeah, just know that the last few weeks are the hardest, but it's totally worth it. What are you doing, you silly girl? So yeah, it's totally worth it to get this precious little bundle of joy home with you. I hope that this video made sense. I was trying to get through all of the tips pretty quickly because Harlow's kind of fussy. She's getting hungry, and I hope that I explained everything okay, and I hope that this video could help somebody out or help you with your NICU stay, and I hope that you guys just keep your head up, and I hope that your little one is healthy and happy, and I hope that you visit them as much as you possibly can while they are in the NICU. I know that some parents have to work, and that's got to be hard, but just try and go in any of your free time to go see your baby, and just know that they won't be there forever, and things do get better, and this is just a hurdle in your life that you have to overcome, and yeah, the show must go on. So I hope that this video helped you in some way, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. If there are any questions that you guys have about my NICU stay, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. I am an open book when it comes to that. Nothing is really off limits when talking about Harlow's NICU stay. So definitely feel free to ask. I'm open to talking about it. And if you guys want a part 2 to this video, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know. I'll totally do a part 2 to this video. If you found any of this advice helpful and you guys want a part 2, kind of like a maybe advice on more of like activities to do while in your NICU stay, stuff like that, what I did to pass the time, things like that, just let me know. Anyways, this little chica is getting super fussy, so I am going to cut this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Shh. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys in our next video. Okay, so I was just editing this video, and I realized that I did not add a very, very important piece of advice in handling your NICU stay, which is, I guess would be my 11th piece of advice or tip, whatever you want to call it, is do kangaroo care. Like, that is the most important piece of advice out of this whole video, is to hold your baby and to make sure you're getting that skin-to-skin contact at least once a day. It's so beneficial for your baby. You might think that they are so fragile and everything like that, and unless they're like a micro preemie and you're limited on how often you can hold or touch them, definitely take advantage of holding your baby and touching your baby for as long as you possibly can. I know that in my NICU, in Harlow's NICU, they basically wanted the parents to hold the baby for at least 1 hour because they didn't want to stress the babies out and stuff by picking them up and then having the parents put them down right away. So what's going on here? So yeah, that's probably like my number 1 piece of advice, is to make sure you're getting that skin-to-skin contact with your baby. That's so beneficial for them in helping their development and helping their bond with you, helping them grow. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly say that, and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and we will see you guys in our next video. Bye.